Welcome, welcome, welcome. Guess what? I'm not going to miss the daily puzzles. I found a way to make it work. For you. On Friday. Okay? March 6th. Hashtag you're welcome. Hashtag Boomtown. I feel like we're so connected. It's like I want to go Africa on this, you know? It'll take me a lot to get me away from you. There's nothing that 100 men or more could ever do. All I raised down in Africa. Another time to do the things we never heard. Ooh. I literally don't know any of the lyrics to that song, and this is a really tough puzzle. I'm looking at this, and, I'm singing Toto, Africa, by Toto. It'll take me a lot to get you and me away from you. There's nothing that 100 men on my could ever do. I bless the rains down in Africa. Okay, so this is tough. I mean, I'm looking at the forcing moves as far as checks, captures, tempo moves go, right? And I'm seeing bishop f1 check, but king to b7. I'm seeing queen c4 check, so checks are eliminated. I'm seeing rook takes c6, which seems like the most forcing line. After rook takes c6, bishop takes c6, queen c4 check. That seems good, and the king would have to go to b7 in order to stop you from taking on c6, and so the most obvious thing to look for is discoveries. But moving the knight, he just takes the bishop, so we probably have to consider taking on c6 and then knight d4 check, and he plays king c5, and I saw nothing to follow. The question is there a different discovery? Is there a different way to approach this? Right? Take me a lot to get me away from you. There's nothing that 100 men or more could ever do. Rook takes c6, bishop takes c6, queen to c4 check, king to b7, queen takes c6 takes. There's knight d4, there's also knight e5 check, and after king to b4, knight d3 check. It forces him to come to d4, but that's just like, we're already so drawn out in the combination, I just don't buy it. There would have to be something, oh my god, something super awkward like king to d2. And then how does he stop mate? His queen can't stop mate. Taking a sip from the legendary Danny Gallon because I'm so excited. You know what happens when I get excited, right, people? I drink water. First of all, water is so good for you. Alright? Hashtag get some. Water. Get some. Like, they got milk. What about water? Get some. You know what I just realized is the presentation is a little different today. Look at my office. Who knew I had a Chess.com banner behind me? Am I right? And you can see I, do some work sometimes. I feel like you guys are just a part of my family today. I went out of my way to make sure this daily puzzle happened, and you're going out of your way to be with me. So thank you. I'm just kidding. After this, you're going to get back to watching your ridiculous, cat video where some cat is playing with a ball and you're freaking out about it. I mean, why don't you go watch some more cat videos, okay? Anyway, I think I solved it, and I think it has to do with this combination of rook takes, bishop takes, queen c4 check. The only question is if there's something better, because he could play king a7, and if you take c6, I mean, you're not winning on the spot. So is there something better that I'm, settling on some long, drawn-out idea? I doubt it because it seems so clear that if takes, queen c4 check, king b7, queen takes c6, king takes c6, knight d4, knight e5 check, and then knight d3, king to d2, and there's no way to stop c3 mate. That would just seem ridiculous. So let me move it. Yep. And after queen takes, we did it. And knight e5 check, followed by knight d3 check, king d2, and mate. And what else does black play? Nothing. Nothing. It's solved. Okay. Well, that was a lot of fun. Let's sports center that thing, instant replay, and see what we can learn once again. So how did we solve that, and what can we learn from the puzzle? I think this is one of the more difficult daily puzzles we've done. Kasparian versus Manvelian, Yerevan, 1939. And not overall, I think there are more difficult puzzles that we've done in terms of subtlety, but this is just drawn out, and it ends with this just amazing move, king to d2, right? It ends with this subtle way to force black, just an unavoidable checkmate. So, the main point is that you have to, again, like it's not just that you're considering these captures and these checks and all these crazy moves because it's a daily puzzle. It's not just that you have the license to kill because you know that there is something in the position. That is partly true, and it allows you to push yourself to look at it, but the patterns can be useful. And the point is that in a lot of situations, you just follow through with recognizing where your opponent's weaknesses are, and where your opponent's weaknesses are where the potential tactics occur. I mean, h7 is not weak because there's a rook defending it. So focusing on tactics in an area of the board where there's clearly no weaknesses is not something you're going to do. And the reason I'm saying that is because solving these daily puzzles will help your chess in the sense that if you push yourself and have the right hierarchy of thinking, and you push yourself to consider candidate moves that you got stuck with, and you're not just looking at the answer like all of you could do, and you're actually pushing yourself, it'll enable you to recognize these patterns in your own game when real consequences are involved, like rating points and time pressure and all this stuff, right? And the point is that when you see the potential of a weakness and you consider the possible checks and the tempo moves and the powerful moves that might take advantage of those weaknesses, you look for all the ways to take advantage of it. And it's not just because we know it's a daily puzzle that we, instant replay in SportsCenter this again, and we see this just super awesome combination. This is one of the nicer ones. To end with king to d2, that's some sassy business right there. How does he stop c3 checkmate? He doesn't, okay? I love you very much, and I love that you follow us on YouTube. I love that you subscribe to us on Twitch, and I love that you follow me on Twitter. I just love you. That's it. I love you. I don't know what else to say. I mean, I'm going to keep talking about my love for you because it's all I'm going to do, but I feel like there's nothing else I